Alright, what's going on, everybody? Back with another video here on my channel, and today it's kind of just going to be my 2020 year in review and my 2021 goals. Now 2020 was a crazy time. Like, we had the pandemic that lasted us the whole year, pretty much. We had the lockdown in March, but so I'm going to talk to you about how we're seeing everything, how it started and how it's going. So how my 2020 started was pretty much on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve of 2020. I walked out with two of my friends at my job at Boston Bowl, where I was doing full time between my security thing and doing in the arcade, cleaning, doing the bowling desk, whatever I was doing that day. I got full time doing that. Fast forward, the cases start coming up, the place starts getting dead. Right before St. Patty's Day, we get the lockdown. It was legit driving me nuts not being working, because ever since I was 16, I always had a job, and it kind of kept me out of trouble, gave me something to do. So that was crazy. So about a month into that, I get my job at BJ's. First I applied at Home Depot, but I knew I wanted to become an umpire if we even had a baseball season. Luckily, we had a little bit of one, and I got to make some money off of that. But no, so I first did that. They didn't like my availability. So I go over to BJ's, and once I knew there wasn't going to be a season till whenever, then I took advantage and I went to BJ's, and it's been absolutely great, perfect. I don't know what more to say. The staff's over there is great. Like, there may be one or two people that I actually talk to that I may have a negative thing to say about, but besides that, everybody's great. Staff's great, managers are great. Sometimes the customers can be but that's mainly when I'm working outside, because I swear I've gotten close to run over a few times out there, but that comes with the territory of working outside. You're gonna have some crazy people, crazy situations to deal with. So that happens, and I've been there. It's gonna be 9 months in about a week now, which is crazy to think about, because this year is absolutely flew by. Now, so when I first came, I let them know about baseball, all of that, because, like, my little brother Timmy, he didn't want to play baseball anymore, so therefore I had no reason to coach. I did it 1 year without my other brother Brendan, and I kind of lost track of the team, and that's about all I could say. I didn't give up on the team, but it wasn't as fun as it was when I was with my brother. So what are you gonna do there? So I decided to become an umpire and just be around the game, but don't be in the role that I was as a coach. Like, if there's somebody that I like enough that I could know I'd have on my team, then possibly I may do it again. But as of right now, I'm coaching retired and doing it with 2 title wins. I'm fine with it for now. I know once I have a little one, of my own. I'll probably get back into it a little bit, but so back to BJ's. So I did that. I went on a few vacations to Aruba, to Disney, and because of the quarantine, I had to do that pretty much right after I came from my Aruba vacation, which was, I want to say, got back in late August, but they didn't let me come back till September because of the 2-week quarantine, even though I tested negative, which was annoying, but what are you gonna do? So with that, right around my birthday, which is October 11th, if for those people that don't know, that's when they started giving me full-time. So I started getting full-time work from there, plus Boston Bowl opened back up. So I was doing my security at Boston Bowl, and I was doing one night in the arcade. So altogether, I was doing about 60 hours a week between the three things. So that was driving me a little off the wall. So, I mean, I lost some friends, but you know what? I'm going to get to that at the end of this video. I'm going to get to that in the end. Don't worry. But I got myself back into school. And you know what? That was, I think, the biggest thing that I did this year. I got myself back into school. I've got the motivation to do it. And I got a B+ and an A in my first 2 classes back. I don't necessarily know what I want to do when it comes to career. All I know is I've always been great with numbers, so it's definitely going to be something in that field. I just don't know exactly what. Looking to do the same thing this term. I'm taking college algebra and computer science. So just hoping for the best with those 2 classes like it was the first term. What else happened? Birthday didn't really do much because we were in the lockdown. I had a better Christmas than what people really know about. So as you can tell by my ear or by the case, I got the AirPod Pros, which was absolutely much needed, as if you've seen me before, you know I only have one AirPod because I lost my right one. I only had my left. One of my coworkers can tell you I actually lost the case for a few. So luckily somebody left their AirPod case at BJ's one day, and so I had 2, but I gave the one that the guy found back to him. So that's that. So now I have the Pros. My sister got me. This is the Rugrats from Rugrats. This is the dinosaur that Chucky loves. If you're a Rugrats fan. I have a thing of SpongeBob. I think another huge thing that is so underrated, but I love so much right now, is this mask. It's a copper fit mask, which but it's fit me so well, and it's keeping me warm. As you now know, I work outside, so I mean you'll see me in like 5 to 6 layers, but I only need that to keep my face warm. Sometimes with my other masks that I may use, my nose feels frozen even through everything that's going on. So it's good to have that. So there's that. New Year's I didn't do much. I honestly fell asleep at like 10:30. I've never been much of a drinker, but I drank, I want to say, one of my bottles of Screwdriver Smirnoff when on Christmas, mainly because I had to deal with my little brother, which he could be annoying at times, but I love him to death, and that's one person that I'm never gonna let no one do nothing to, is one of my little brothers. But besides work and school, 2020 was a very much learning year for me, because due to everything, I finally learned who's there for me and who was just using me, and just a little bit of everything. Now, like, I got these few people on Snap who maybe only be 15 people, may only be 20 people. I don't know how many people I got right now. But those people that made it to my Snap, those are the people I trust with my life. Like, those are the people that I care about in some way, shape, or form. I somewhat got on the OnlyFans thing. I still got to decide if I'm gonna. I still got to decide if I'm gonna. Like, mainly, two of my friends have done it, and I kind of supported them in a way. So, that's the main thing for it. I almost used it really as my if y'all follow if y'all have me on my second Facebook, it's almost like a motivation thing. Like, I've shown shirtless pics of me before on there. I was thinking about doing that, but after the second thing, it said I have to do a photo ID. So we'll see if I end up doing that. But honestly, COVID was such a blessing in disguise, because I wouldn't have met the people I did at BJ's, because my support system is so much better now. Like, at Boston Bowl, yeah, they care for me, or some of them do. But man, like, they play around too much, and sometimes it would hurt me, because I've always dealt with anxiety, stuff like that. Like, my feelings get hurt maybe a little bit easier or than others, but it was honestly good to get out of there. It was good to be back for those few months that we were open, but I think it's good to move on. And because if you think about it, I've been at Boston Bowl ever since I was 16, so I've been there for 6 years. And I'm still technically there. I may come back to do the arcade when if it ever opens back up. Who knows with this pandemic? But it was just a crazy year overall. It was definitely one of my better years, because I've dealt with a lot worse. People have taken so advantage of me so much in years past, and I finally cut down on it, and I'm gonna continue cutting down on it. Like, I only trust a few people. There's gonna be a reason, and there's reasons for that. So, I love y'all, but there's gonna be a fine line when it comes to some things. But 2021. Now, looking towards 2021, I'm looking to just build up with BJ still, as this is a really great job. I enjoy being there most of the time, anyways. 9 days out of 10. It all depends on who I'm working with, who's there that day. So there's that. Another thing I plan on working on is just keep myself in school, keep it up with the good grades, and sooner or later, the degrees will come. And another my final thing is to get a little bit of muscle. Like, you can see I weigh about 165, but it's all bones. So that's my final goal for 2021, is to get a little bit of muscle on me. It's different because, like, I don't know, my anxieties always came out in the worst times, and I'm just like, say if I get in a crazy environment, I don't want to be scared just because I can't fight. Like, I've watched wrestling. That's not going to help me so much. Like, I play around like it does, but really? Like, so many people have knives and stuff. Say if I do a takedown, somebody may get that knife and someone may get me, but honestly, I'm not worried about that. I'm just looking towards the future. The future is bright for everybody in 2021. This was a down year. Probably one of my best years, but a down year because of the pandemic. That is about all I have for this one. I'm going to talk to y'all about AFC and NFC wildcard games tomorrow, but I just needed to get on this and out with this while, because I know my friend did one on her YouTube thing. Shout out to my girl Kendall. There's not enough I can say about her. She's just the most perfect girl I think I've ever met. But like, words can't describe how perfect she is inside and out to me. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Like, comment, anything if you need. Like, comment, subscribe. That's about all I got for this one. Like I said, I will be back tomorrow with a video about the wild card games before they hit off on Saturday. It may end up coming on Thursday because that is my off day, but you never know. Plenty of time to get it done. I just need to get this New Year's thing out. Final thing. If anyone's dealing with anything and say they don't want to put it out there, like, I'm going to be honest, like I said, I've dealt with anxiety. I've been bullied to a point my whole life, kind of. But so I know how it feels, and I also know how it feels to help somebody out, because I've always tried to be that helping person to everyone. But my Snap's in my thing, in my bio, my Instagram's in my bio, so definitely hit me up there. Send something in the comments. But I hope everybody had a happy and safe New Year's, and I hope everyone has a happy, safe, and healthy 2021, and I will see y'all in the next video.